Hey, Greg, I got two questions for you. The first question is, last year, because of the COVID pause, you guys were forced out of halftime to cancel your game versus Creighton. I was just wondering how that game has manifested within you as somebody who played in that game, and how hungry you guys are going into the tournament to prove that you're still that team that can compete.
Nah, definitely. I mean, I still think about that game. Like every time we talk about the tournament, that's all I think about, just the season in general. So it feels great to be back there. I hope that doesn't happen again, because we have looked forward to this moment this whole year. So I really look forward to that time again.
And then my second question for you, to piggyback off of what Kevin was talking about, the depth of your team. You guys scored 33 points from your bench. Can you just talk about how well-rounded your team is and how you think you can compete with teams like Villanova and UConn and Creighton?
The depth of our team, is very important, because we have a lot of different weapons, a lot of people that can affect the game in many different ways: scoring, defense, physicality, a number of things. So I think that everyone on this team brings something to the table, and everyone's important.
I have a question for Mike and for Julian. Mike, Dylan Adewusu filled in pretty well today, 12, 7, and 5. In the absence of Posh Alexander, how versatile has he been for your team so far this season?
He's a guy that fills a lot of holes. I mean, he had to do a whole lot, played a lot of minutes, and he's a glue guy. And of course now he's one of our main featured ball handlers. On one hand, it's good that he can do that, but I think it takes away some of the other things that he can do for our basketball team as well.
And then also for Julian, you guys had two tough losses to ranked opponents here in the Big East at home. Going to Cincinnati on Wednesday, what's the mental state like of the locker room?
The mental state doesn't change. Game to game. We could be playing anybody. We have to go in there with a tough mindset, telling ourselves like we have to do what we have to do. Every game we go into, our mind is on winning a basketball game. Doing whatever we can to win a basketball game. And I think that's going to be the same thing going into Wednesday. I don't think that I know that.
Hey, Coach. Aaron Wheeler speaking about him as well. He's been filling in a lot for Joel Soriano and Isaiah Naiwi down low, kind of playing center a little bit. Could you speak about his athleticism for the team and how much he's impacted the game?
I think he's showing it, because you're talking about it right now. Early on you weren't talking about it, but now he's showcasing that, and I think that's huge. And he's got talent. And I just think with the way we play, as he figures it out and plays with confidence, I think you're going to even see even more of it. And I was proud of him because he got to the free throw line, got fouled, and went up and we knocked free throws now. That was huge. But confidence is a big part of it. And, having someone that believes in him. And, you're going to make mistakes out there. Just play through it, and I think that's what he's doing now. He's not, I don't want nobody looking over their shoulders at me when they're playing. I do all my screaming and yelling in practice. Go play. And I thought we did that today.
Hey, Coach, in the final couple of minutes of the game coming down the stretch, you held St. John's scoreless for a good 3 minutes. What did the defense do so well to stifle the offense?
We tried to force them into, we were trying to force them into 2-point shots really the entire game, and try to play those ball screens with two people. And, we were fortunate. I thought we did a pretty good job on Champagny. And, let's be honest, he missed a couple that he normally makes as well. And you need a little good fortune to win a game like this. And then when they went small, which is the lineup that kind of got them back in the game the first half, we decided to go small with them. And I thought that group, it's a group that I would be certain has never played together this year for us. They kind of figured it out and, made some good defensive plays. And, even the play that they made at the rim to cut it to one. I think Dylan made the play at the rim. We had a good verticality, took it in the chest. You had to make a tough shot to cut it to one. And, we executed some out-of-bounds stuff. We just didn't make the free throws. And obviously put ourselves in a position where they still had a chance there late.
And then also, too, you blew this team out back home. You come into Carnesecca Arena. It's a pretty close match the whole time. What does this crowd do to an opposing team here at Carnesecca?
Well, if you're going to build a building for this style of play, this is the building. you don't feel like there's any room on the sidelines or on the baselines, and their pressure, really can get to you. And fortunately we got enough stops. Last 10 minutes of the first half, they scored. They were able to get into their pressure, and then we made some mistakes. And they have a way of making you play different than you want to play. They speed you up, and that was really our message to the team at halftime. Is like they want to play that way. We do not want to play that way. So we have to resist the urge to get in a hurry. And I thought the first 10 minutes of the game we followed that to perfection, and I thought the second half we were much better. But they had a 10-minute stretch in that first half where the game was going exactly how they wanted.
Hey Ryan, you're a senior right now. First of all, congrats on the great game. How fun has the 6-game stretch been as you guys continuously win towards the Big East tournament, especially being one of the older guys on the team?
It's really cool. Obviously, winning 6 in a row helps. But I was talking with one of our teammates in the locker room before the game. Just to see the camaraderie of this group change from coming in as strangers. That's kind of what happens when you have a completely new group. It's not like there was a core returning from last year, just got plugged pieces in. We were complete strangers in June and July trying to get to know each other, and then you throw us on the court in September. It takes a while to build those relationships and build that trust. And I think that relationship and that trust that's been built is the reason we're having success right now. And so it's just really cool to see that. And I think the young guys are starting to understand that's kind of the reason why.
Question for Steph. This is a team that really involves all of its players. The whole year, you guys have really made sure that everybody gets minutes. How does that contribute to tonight when the bench outscores the other bench 40-19?
Yeah, I think it just shows, the depth that we got on this team, and, especially in March, that's really important because, certain guys, might go off, might not, someone might, get hurt or something like that. So it's important that, we have all hands on deck, and, when our number is called, we play in the most efficient manner possible.
After the 5-2 loss to the Utica Comets for the Connecticut Junior Rangers Premier Team, Coach Hankel, just a couple remarks before we get to the questions. How do you think the team was prepared coming in and losing your top 2 defensive pairings?
I thought we were prepared. We just didn't execute. We saw different scenarios today where we ran things that we were looking to run, things we worked on in practice, and they worked really well. We just didn't do it consistently enough, and we didn't take advantage early on in the game when we had our power plays. We went, 0-3 in the first period, and when you do that and you got a team like that with an opportunity to take advantage of them, you don't, it's going to come back to bite you. So.
Well, speaking of execution in the power plays, the team was 0 for 10 today on the power play. What do you think went wrong with the execution on the offensive side?
We didn't work hard enough. We just didn't work hard enough. They outworked us. We didn't run any plays that we worked on. We didn't have any movement. It started to become individualistic versus using each other on the power play. And then we were too stationary and stagnant. Just not enough movement, and that's a big component when you start actually getting into it. When they get set up in their penalty kill scenario, if you don't have movement, they don't have to move. They don't have to worry about changing lanes. They don't have to worry about picking up different coverages. It makes it easy on them. So.
And do you think the team could have played a little bit more aggressive today, using their size more?
Yeah. I think it's something we've talked about is using our speed and our size. And again, I try to explain to my guys it doesn't have to be the big thunderous check, but you got to run into people. You got to get in people's lanes. You get a chance to finish a defenseman that's in the corner. You got to finish your check in the right manner so that you're not taking penalties or taking yourself out of the play. But at the end of the day, we didn't do enough of that until it was too late. And then we started to kind of get a little bit more momentum in the third period, but it was too late at that point.
Thank you, Coach, for your time.
You got it.